when a quarter of any group does something, it starts to become the norm. Now, in our group, and Hilde is one of my favorite people in the group, we have 1/3 of the global mining industry represented. So I believe that when we act together, it will tip the scales in favor of that action. So a few areas where I think we're making some difference. We were the first industry in the world to collectively commit to become net zero. Paul said it doesn't help when a few companies do it. I'll tell you, when 1/3 of the industry speaks with one voice, it makes a difference. We're the first industry in the world to commit to report the tax we pay on a country-by-country basis from next year. I hope that becomes the norm for every other sector. We're one of the first industries in the world to commit to make all our contracts with governments public, no matter where we operate. I hope that becomes the norm. And for the last nearly 2 decades, we have committed not to operate in a World Heritage Site. Now, as we sit here today, many, many miles away in Montreal, world leaders gather to try and come up with a global treaty on nature. One of the simple requests I have made is, can we make it illegal to mine or do any other industrial activity in a World Heritage Site? It's one of the easiest things we can do to protect nature. So those are the areas I think we're doing okay. Let me mention 2 where I think we're really failing. Diversity, equity, and inclusion in our industry. Amongst the group of 26 CEOs, there are more people with the name Mark than there are women. And you are seeing the only woman sitting next to me in that group. And there are more people with the name that starts with M than there are people of color, myself included. Globally, 16% of our workforce is made up of women. I'm proud to say Hydro is higher than that. We're just not doing well enough. And if any of you read a report called the Everyday Respect Report that was published earlier this year, you will know that in mining workplaces, there is unacceptable levels of sexual assault, harassment, bullying, and discrimination. We have so much more to do.